Hi you guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to jump off the alteration videos for a minute. I am living on the East Coast. As you know, I came from the West Coast, if you're a part of my channel. And I feel like I'm just going to die with all the bugs in this area. The heat, the humidity, and the bugs are killing me. Okay, I'm not used to it. I used to live in South Carolina, and I was so glad to be leaving South Carolina because the bugs, not only are there tons of them, they're huge. Haberdashery, they're, oh my gosh. So what am I doing? Back on the East Coast with all the humidity. Anyway, so I was working outside with my son. We were building the chicken coop, and just the bugs were crazy. So I said, do you have a net? And he gave me a net, and this is what it looked like, and it didn't work because it was in my face. So I have some tool that is a little more stiff, and I thought if I had my hat, I'm going to make my own bug net. So this is what I'm thinking. I've had a little bit of time to think about it. So I'm going to measure loosely around the hat. So if I did it, this is 53 inches. I think that will be good. Okay, so I need a piece of fabric that is 53 inches in length. And then this is, I'm gonna say 4 and a 4. Okay, it's just under 4, whatever. So then I have to measure how far down I would want it. So I'm gonna make it 53 inches by 21. So, because I have to think about, it's gonna come out from here 4 inches, and then down 21, I can put another elastic where it'll keep it kind of close to my body. It'll kind of balloon and then maybe sit on my shoulders. So hopefully it'll be big enough where it doesn't touch my face because I have this. And then hang down. Now, the only thing I'm thinking about is, because this is a floppy hat, it's going to do this. So I'm thinking I can either run, I think I have some wire. I can run some wire through here, or I can attach, it will hang down, some, what do you call that stuff? Boning. I could just kind of sew it here. It'll hang down, but it'll keep my hat out. And I know I could just go buy one. Why would I buy it if I can just make it? So I really like to make stuff. So let me get the fabric up here. Now, of course, I don't have tulle on a roll. I have tulle that I cut for a skirt. So, you know, this is how I do things. So that was 53 by 21. Let me get my markers. Okay, so because this was cut on a fold, I know that this is going to be, that's my fold line, and the fabric would have gone like this. So without trying to mess anything up. Okay, so I need it to be 21 inches this way, but this way, because it's folded, it only needs to be 26 and a half, so that works. I'm just going to use a regular pen. Hopefully that's okay. I know when I do alterations, I'm like, follow this rule, follow that rule. And when I sew for myself, it's like this. This should be fine. Okay, so that's 21 inches. I'm going to add another 1/2 inch for the top hem and a 1/2 inch for the bottom hem. Only because I have to attach the elastic to it. So I'm going to fold this, match those marks up. And you can see where I made the marks here. But I will double check it. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot. I had to turn off my AC to do this. Okay, from here down. You guys, it's been like in the 90s and 60, 70% humidity. I am dying. I hope this is straight. Now, what is kind of a bummer is that my hat is actually kind of small on me because it's a woman's hat and my head is really big. So, but you know, it's something to keep the sun off of me and hopefully the bugs out of my face. Okay, you see right here how I pretty much missed all the marks? Yeah, I can fix that. But you know, it really doesn't matter because it's going to be at the bottom. I might actually need the extra width, but whatever. When I was taking my fashion design classes, I was really insecure about this because I wanted to be able to do things mathematically, and math is not my thing. And so my professor was like, you know what, if folding it gets you your result, then fold it. So he made me feel better. Okay, so, well, I think that'll be good. This is going to be my mosquito net or insect net, whatever. There it is. Next, I'm going to measure around this area. I could use the tape measure, but this way this way I can determine how much tension I want here, which in reality, not a whole lot because the hat is already tight on me. And so I don't want to add a lot more. So I'm going to cut it right about the circumference of the hat. And then when I put a 1/4 inch seam allowance in, it's just enough to hopefully not allow it to fly off my hat. Because where I live in the country, it's like a wind tunnel sometimes. Okay, the length of my elastic would not stretch enough to meet the length of my fabric. So I'm going to have to sew in a channel for the elastic. I'll put it in and then I'll sew up the back. Okay, here's the bodkin I'm using. These little teeth right here, you can see that. You just pinch your elastic and slide this ring down so it holds. And then you just start feeding it through. And when you do, make sure that the end of the elastic doesn't come through. Now, the only thing I wish was different about this bodkin was this ring. If it was a flat slide, it would be so much easier. It would make fitting through these small areas easier because this creates a drag. And sometimes I feel like it might, on fabrics like this, it might kind of ruin the fabric or create a hole or something. So I'm gonna hold this end so it doesn't come out. No. I'm going in for it. Yay, got it. I'm just trying to make sure that the elastic isn't twisted. I mean, not that it really matters, but I just don't want it to be. And it is twisted. Okay, a little better. Now I'm just going to put a pin in here so it won't slip out. Okay. Now I'm going to cut my elastic another piece larger, and I'm hoping that I can just sew it directly onto the bottom. I am just going to, I feel like I'm losing all of my credibility on my channel because all the things I've told you guys to do with your alterations, and now I'm changing everything because of the way I do things instinctively, but whatever. So I'm just going to stretch it. And then stretch it again and pin it again. See, I'm just stretching it to see if the elastic make it as long as the fabric, and then I'll just cut it off. That way I know it's going to fit, and that's actually the smallest that I can make it without having to make the channel. Does that make sense? Okay, you can see how I folded this over, and I want it to be just as wide as the elastic. I don't want a bunch of extra fabric in there. So I'm going to place it under the presser foot. Now, I'm just going to have to remember to pull the elastic. Let's get it started. Create the little casing, pull the elastic. Okay, now that I got the elastic in the upper and lower part of the netting, I am going to sew up this back seam. You know, it would be a big bummer if I did this work and it didn't work out. So anyway, this is how I plan for it to work. So I want this part to fit over the crown just enough to hold it in place. And then when I bring this down, which I have throughout the day, you know, on the other one, just thrown the net up over the top. And my goal is that if I did that, that it would just stay up there, and it did on the other one. Now my only problem again is the brim. Is it going to collapse under the netting? So I will have to do a little test run on it to see what's going to happen there, see if it needs a little more support. I could really just use any kind of material that I can think of, hot glue it to the underside of this to keep it from collapsing. But then, you know, maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Okay, you guys, this is what it looks like. I like it because the brim keeps it away from my face, but what I really like about it is that I can just slip it off and can put it on another hat, because I do plan to get basically a hat that I can work out here with and it not collapse on me like this. I would like to have it up like this. So, and what I liked about this rather than the other net is that the other one was really soft and drapey, so it would come down to my face, and then when I would inhale it would come up to my face. So this right here is a little more stiff, so you can see even out here it's just kind of bubbling out, and then so it gives me more space in front of my face. So I think this is good. I'm happy with it.